Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this January 17th. It's a wet morning across southern Kentucky. We've had showers, even a few rumbles of thunder overnight as a system moves in. We've got a cold front just west of us. That will be moving through this morning, a little bit later, and shutting off the showers and ushering in somewhat cooler air, but you got to remember, we're running way above average for this time of the year. Our average high is 45. We had that for a low temperature yesterday. 68 was the official high temperature at the Bowling Green Airport yesterday at 2:15 or so in the afternoon. That's 23 degrees warmer than the average high, as mentioned, of 45. 45 was our low temperature. That was 19 degrees above the average low of 26. 1 year ago, we had a high of 40 and a low of 32 back in 2016. Now, before midnight, we picked up 29 hundredths of an inch of rain at the Bowling Green Airport, but since then, we've added to it by probably another 3 or 4 tenths of an inch. We'll check some of the Mesonet sites here. In fact, I can do that right now. Just kind of reach over here and look at the numbers. If you pardon me going away from the microphone just momentarily. Oh, 6 tenths. We picked up 6 tenths. Another half inch of rain plus the 3 tenths that we got yesterday. So almost an inch of rain just within the last 24 hours here in Bowling Green. And some locations, especially east of us, have picked that up almost since midnight. So we are looking really good now for the month of January. We're at 2.5 inches plus, and we are showing a surplus of almost an inch ahead of where we ought to be. So that's good. Showers will be ending as that cold front comes through today. 70% chance of showers this morning. We're going to see a high of 64, and that's going to be probably this morning. And then as the cold front comes through about midday or so, shutting off the showers, maybe even before that, we'll start to feel somewhat cooler air move in by this evening. Cloudy tonight with some patchy drizzle, and we'll drop to about 41. So it's not going to get cold. It's just going to get cooler as we get into tonight and Wednesday. Now, Wednesday we'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine, but cooler, a high of 53, but that's still running above average for this time of the year. Thursday will warm right back up to 60, and by Thursday evening, here comes our next system. An area of low pressure will move through the Mid-South, bringing a good chance of showers and even some thunderstorms, and maybe even the potential for heavy rainfall. It looks like heavy rains are possible as we get into Thursday night and Friday morning. That'll be one wave, as we'll see a high of 66 on Friday. And then another wave of rain and thunderstorms will come in Saturday evening into Sunday and Monday, a high of 68. Here we go again, near 70-degree weather with showers on Saturday evening. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Sunday with a high of 65. And then Monday, as that secondary system passes, 50% chance of showers and cooler with a high of 54. You think about all the rain we've had thus far, and then add to that maybe another inch to 2 inches of rain. Well, we could be looking at some maybe flooding concerns in some cases, especially with some of the heavier downpours of rain that we may get over the course of the weekend. But if you're looking, as I mentioned yesterday, for winter weather, it's not happening, at least not right now. The January thaw looks to continue a while longer. It may be toward the end of the month or the beginning of February before we see any real change into a winter type of situation. For now, it is what it is. It's warm, it's wet, and it's going to stay that way at least for the next 10 days or so, maybe longer. All right, that will do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless as always, and thank you so much for listening. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday, streaming live to the WBKO app and WBKO.com. Later today, if you get a chance, join me for my radio show at Classic Hits, Sam 100.7 between 3 and 7 p.m.